Hey, it's Anya.
It's your girl, Nadia.
What's up, guys? It's Trent.
And I'm Ramesh, and we are The Community. We're covering the latest in pop culture, politics, and everything in between. Let's get started. Good day, and welcome to the final episode of Season 1 of The Community. Yes, we have arrived to episode 25 of Season 1. So what that means is we're going to be taking a 2-week hiatus. And we're going to be making some improvements, some enhancements to the community to better please our listeners and viewers. And during those 2 weeks, we will be posting some clips, some bloopers, some promotional videos. So we're going to make sure to give you some content in between. But we'll be returning on October the 31st. So our first episode will be a Halloween episode. So please stay tuned for that. But to end our first season, let's dive right into some politics or politricks, as you may like to say it. So 2020 has been quite a year. It's been a year of trials, tribulations, ups, downs, just everything. For America, 2020 is election year. And oh, what a year for it to be an election year. So many things have been happening with this election, all, of course, surrounding the current president, Mr. Donald Trump. So let's just run down a list of the things that have been happening with Mr. Trump in 2020. Well, I lie. Let's just do it for the last week. So within the last week, Donald Trump's tax returns for 2017 were released. Now, for an average millionaire, I said million, not billionaire, their tax returns would range from about $300,000 upwards to the millions. Well, our billionaire president's tax returns in 2017 was $750. Yep, there's no additional zeros behind that, just 750. I'm going to let you know now. I'm going to let you know now. Someone that makes minimum wage doesn't even put tax returns for $750. But hey, he knows what he's doing. In addition to that,
He said he's smart.
he is. He's a businessman. That's what he's known for.
That's his responses.
In addition to that, we witnessed the first debate of the presidential season.
Funny as hell.
I don't even consider a debate as much as two toddlers fighting over a bottle. And then the last thing, just to cap off his week, because he had a really good week, obviously. He came out and confirmed that he allegedly has the coronavirus. So let's dive in. Let's do piece by piece. So let's start off with his tax returns of $750. How do you all feel about that? About a billionaire.
He's a billionaire, and his tax returns are $750. Really now? Really now? So where are your money?
So
Because his salary as the president of the United States alone,
$508.
his tax return should not even be $750. Just from his salary alone as the president.
Yeah, but can you imagine the amount of corruption with wealthy people? This is just a little piece of it.
So
I get that. I know that.
here's the thing.
And wealthy people in politics at that.
The more money you make, the more write-offs that you are entitled to. So it's not that he didn't file. He filed, so he isn't running from his taxes. It's just that he wrote a lot of things off. He can do that because he has TV, so he can write off his TV shows. He can do that because he has businesses, so he writes it off in those ways. So essentially, he is laundering money to himself.
But that's it's no way who deals with taxes? The federal government?
The IRS.
IRS.
Explain
There's
what
no
you
way
mean.
they could think that with the amount of money that he has, yes, he can write off a lot of things, but how you could sit there and just be okay with him paying $750? Come on. That just would not sit well with anybody. If you sit there and see that the amount of money he would have brought in in 1 year and he's only paying back $750. I get you can write a lot of the things off, but there are a lot of more millionaires. There's common, ordinary people who work hard and living paycheck to paycheck that are spending more than that have to pay back more than that. That's unfair. What example are you making for the American people and the people that reside in the United States? You're right.
I don't think he sees himself as an example for all American people. I think he sees himself as an example for his idea of what an American should be.
So we pay taxes.
Explain to me this idea, Trent. What is this idea that an American should be?
When you say write off things, explain exactly what does that mean? Because if he's writing off businesses and stuff, does that mean that he's losing assets?
So to write off is to write off an expense. So let's say you donated $100,000 to charity. Of that $100,000, typically if you were to just spend that shopping, you were supposed to pay taxes on that $100,000. Mm-hmm. So like how you pay a sales tax and a federal tax. But because it's for a charitable organization, that's a tax write-off. So you don't have to pay taxes on it. So for different things, he can use as, oh, I did it as a donation or a charity, or it was an expense and not something as me purchasing to increase my asset. Like you said, it's a liability and not an asset to me. So that's him writing it off.
Okay.
So his annual salary is supposed to be taxed, your income tax based on your bracket. However, if you funnel all of your income into your foundation and then you get paid from your foundation, then it doesn't matter, because being paid from a charity isn't considered something that can be taxed. You see? So essentially, you can funnel your millions and millions of dollars into some other fake charity.
There's still a lot of money he would have spent that he can't write off. And that still would have not been equivalent to $750 in taxes. It should have been far more.
So Anya, let's relate it to here in the Bahamas. That's the same thing as us coming back from the United States, walking through customs with 7 pieces of luggage and say we only spent $250. It is what it is. It's only so much that someone can look through and say, no, you spent...
The immigration officer can look at you and see you have 7 suitcases lay off on that counter and you only spent $250. Really?
Right.
That immigration officer can make me right now.
I just came back from college.
And when people slip that $100 in the passport and give it to the to the customs officer, because we know what happens. I don't do it. I am a law-abiding citizen. But
you might as well pay the wire if you give $100.
No, Trent, because that $3,000 equates more to $100 that you're about to spend.
I guess.
So you could give somebody $1 little $100 to go buy their lunch versus giving the government, and that's what's happening.
I get that. I understand that, but I still feel as though you're Donald Trump. You really think $750 people will sit well with that? At least drop on $2 million. That's an easy $2 million for you. That ain't nothing.
That's why the man has failed to disclose his tax returns for the last 4 years. He refused to do it. He refused to do it. This information was leaked. It still wasn't something that he voluntarily gave up.
Of course he would not have.
He doesn't surprise me, so.
His competitor in the election, Joe Biden, only made $900 and some thousand last year and paid $300 and some thousand of those dollars in taxes. So no, it's not some. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that that's commendable. You know?
I don't get it.
In comparison, it is.
I'm not the powers that be, so.
Well, they don't have like a system in place where we are ensuring that these people in high places are doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Because my thing is,
and setting the standard instead of just supervising and
correct.
governing people with the standard.
Because for you to be the president of the United States, you should be the main one abiding by the laws.
Donald is the law in his mind. He is the law. So
I agree. I disagree.
Now, the other part of it is, people, we know how much he is paid as the president because the president has a salary that is communicated publicly.
That's his son's money.
Right? That's public knowledge. However, we don't know how much Donald makes from his companies. That's not something he has to declare.
Didn't he say he doesn't need the salary from being president?
He doesn't need it. He doesn't need it, but he still gets it.
He still gets it?
Yeah.
He was talking like he wasn't going to take it when he's running his last election.
Of course. Mouth says a lot of things. It says
money,
a lot of
and
things.
He's a businessman.
No.
He's going to take it.
But once again, Trent, you know what he would do with that salary? He would say, no, I don't need that money because I don't need y'all to tax me off of that money. So I'm going to donate that money to charity and get that as a write-off. That's how he keeps the money. Write everything off. Just write it off.
Okay.
Write it off. Just write it right off.
I guess.
What's the second thing with him?
The second thing with him was the debate or the discussion or the row or the fight.
Whatever.
I honestly tuned in for 20 minutes and that was the amount that I could take. Because I was tired of the moderator going, Mr. Trump, Mr. President, Mr. President, hold on, Mr. President, you had your 2 minutes. Wait, hold on, Mr. President. I was tired of it. Then it went, Mr. Vice President, let him talk. Hold on, Mr. Vice President, let him talk. The two of you all are talking over each other. You have your 2 minutes, talk. No, you all are children. Come on. You all are showing how you're going to lead lead America. It's not my country. But how you're going to lead your country.
Influence ours.
It still does influence ours in truth. You know, we're greatly impacted about what happens.
You know,
there.
I feel like Joe didn't handle himself as bad as people say that he did. I feel like in the situation he was in, he just had to clap back at some point.
I think so because
Joe called the man stupid.
I would do it too.
Say, y'all expect me. Joe say, how can I speak over this clown? I mean, no, it's not the best way to respond. But at some point, with Trump barking at you, you're going to explode, and that's what happened with Joe. I don't think that Joe did a horrible job.
Could he have done it more eloquently?
Yes, he definitely.
Probably, yes.
But what people don't know is that Joe has a speech impediment. So factor that with.
No, I can't factor no speech impediment into you argument.
With being,
I think he tried to be as patient as possible, and he tried not to allow Donald to disrupt him or make him upset. But then at some point he just gave up, and he was just like, you know what, if Donald Trump is going to be disgusting and rude, then you know what, I'm going to give him a little taste of it. I'm not going to back down. I think that was his thing. Had he tried to keep the straight and narrow, then Donald Trump probably would have been like, oh, you want to vote for a guy that's going to be run over.
What I also learned from that discussion, though, is neither of them are accountable. Because, of course, we know Donald wasn't coming to be like, yes, I take responsibility. You was trying to hope for the best if you was hoping he was going to do something like that. Exactly. But Joe is no better. They was like, Joe, so you said in your campaign that you plan on doing something for 12. No, I didn't. That wasn't me. I didn't say that. No, that was a lie. I don't know who lied to me. Like, no, Joe, you this something you submit. This on paper. This on black and white. Come on. Take accountability. Own it. Say, yes, that was my initial reaction or my initial thoughts, but I've grown and changed since that time. Don't be like, no, it wasn't me. I didn't do it. No.
I don't think Joe has a lot of the political values that he had 20 years ago. I don't think he upholds those same policies, but he definitely still has he has a certain way of doing things. When he was asked about the Green New Deal and things of that nature, he said he has his own New Deal. But you know what I didn't like in that debate? I didn't like how the moderator asked the question about white supremacy. I didn't like how he situated that question. Like he asked it as if it was this normal thing that we mutually disagree with. Like when we're talking about white supremacy and systemic oppression or racism, you don't ask it as if it's something that, like you don't word it in a way where it's something that's normal. Like he made it sound like it's something that's not as significant, I should say. So instead of saying, "Are you going to denounce white supremacy?" it hurts people.
But that
It
puts
takes away people's
words in
lives.
someone's mouth, Trent. That's the thing. With the debate, I shouldn't lead you to your answer. I want your honest opinion of the situation. So he can come from a point of view of, do you agree with it being wrong? He has to be, do you agree with it? Yes or no?
He said something else. I gotta find what it is. He said, "Are you going to denounce white supremacy?" And then that second line I didn't like. I don't remember exactly what it was. But I'm gonna find it before this podcast is up. Because I didn't like that line. And you all are gonna understand why when I bring it to your attention.
I hear you.
No.
Well, the most ironic part of the debate was the discussion on wearing masks and the spread of the coronavirus, where Mr. Trump said, "You know what? It don't make no sense. I ain't wearing it." And then just 3 days later, it was allegedly confirmed that Mr. Donald Trump, POTUS, has contracted the coronavirus. He and the First Lady. Now, here's one thing or one reason why, while our thoughts and prayers go out to the president, and I hope that he does get better, if he does have the disease, here's one reason why I'm a little bit skeptical of it. So there was a post made on Twitter about 2 weeks prior to, stating that Donald Trump's October surprise was going to be that he had the coronavirus. So what the October surprise truly is every election season in October, because elections occur in November, there's usually some surprise that sidetracks the attention from one of the political parties to the other. So persons feel that Mr. Trump is using this time to get full media coverage focused on him. And guess what? It truly is. From the second he announced it, every news station had just been, Mr. Trump is now in a military station. He is surrounded by all of these specialists and doctors. Is he going to get better? Can he do this debate? What will happen to the election? No one is now speaking about any of the problems.
It's not even just the doctors and where he is stationed or wherever he is in the hospital. It's just all the attention, literally just from the memes and people doing videos of their reaction of it. It's all on him, and you're forgetting the other candidates. So I guess if this is his surprise or whatever, he's doing a pretty good job with it.
It's sad though. If he honestly doesn't really have it, that would be the.
But I've been hearing people were saying a little earlier on in the pandemic he had it. I guess that wasn't true. It may have been.
It may have been true, and he just didn't disclose it. That I can actually believe. Him being the person that he is and being as combative with the coronavirus, I would have never seen him coming out and saying, "Oh, I contracted it."
No, of course
it's
not.
very easy for him to disappear for a week or 2 weeks without something happening. So for him to actually announce it, I just feel like it's a little bit something more to it.
It could be, but it also could be that he really has it.
It could be, and like I said, if he does, I hope that he gets well soon. I understand that now a lot of measures have been put into place to make sure that Barron doesn't get contracted. So persons are wearing masks inside the White House. And
shouldn't they have already been doing that?
They didn't have to because the President of the United States of America said masks don't make sense. The CDC doesn't make sense. But now that he's contracted it, he's doing things based on the CDC's guidelines because the CDC is helping him to survive. It's all about using things for our benefit, obviously. So it wasn't necessarily impacting him, affecting him, or benefiting him. So why follow the CDC? Don't wear your mask. Show your face. Be a great human being. Make America great again. But now that he is sick, no, we need to wear a mask, people. Come on. We are brothers keepers.
It took too long to reach him, if you ask me.
He's a reactive person, obviously. He's not very proactive in anything that he does.
No, he's not.
I heard that his breathing wasn't the best.
So
I found it a little strange. I found it a little strange that it was announced that he was asymptomatic, and then the next day, all of a sudden, he can't breathe. But again, he could have it for true, and he could be experiencing serious symptoms now for true. I just hope that God does what's best for him and the country, whatever that may be, and the world. Yeah.
I'm not indulging you any further on that topic.
Put it in God's hands. I pray for him and his family. I hope they do well.
Yeah.
Fully God.
Either way, all in all, election 2020 is off to a very interesting start. Donald Trump's week has been very interesting. Please register to vote. If you haven't registered to vote and you're an American citizen, please register to vote. Your ballot, every vote counts. It does, for me, it doesn't matter if you vote to elect Trump back in or vote to get Joe Biden and Kamala Harris into the White House. It's just important that you vote. Your voice matters, and this is truly the time to get your voice heard. Persons that feel that my one vote doesn't count, you have to understand that that one vote can literally impact whether someone wins and loses. Yeah. So it's important that you do go out and register to vote if you are an American citizen and you are able to. Please do.
10,000 other people are thinking like that as well.
Yes. So please be that voice that actually makes the difference. So here on the community, we're going to be, as we move into season 2, like I said, we're going to be making some adjustments, some improvements. And one of the things that we're going to be doing is answering our viewers and listeners' questions. So someone would have sent us an email. So our email address is the.community242@gmail.com. But you can also send us a DM at our Instagram page. If you follow us on Instagram, it's the community 242. And just send us your question or some topic that you want us to address. So one of the questions that we were asked by one of our listeners, we're not going to say your name. We're going to keep you private and confidential, so feel free to ask us anything. But the question this week was, where has been the one place or the most embarrassing place that your credit card has declined? Let me just start off by saying, anytime that your credit card does not go through on the first time is a mixture of stressful, anxiety, and embarrassment. So my experience, and it's never somewhere good. Let me tell you, it's never somewhere good. So I was away in Walmart doing some shopping, and I was just like, you don't travel often, you pick up as many items as you can. So I swiped. I had about $300 worth of items on my cart. And the lady just was like, hi, this is declined. Now, this was Walmart in the middle of the day, not Walmart at midnight where there's no lines. So there were like 10 persons behind me waiting on me.
First of all, no black behavior goes to Walmart in the day.
That is not true.
I'm not the typical.
That is not true.
But yeah, so I had to ask, can we take one item off and try swipe again and see? At the end of the day, after taking 10 items off, I was just like, Mom, I am so sorry. I'm going to put all of these items back in the trolley. I'm going to go to the ATM and we're going to try this again if I could get cash off. The level of embarrassment that I felt when I turned around and I saw all of these people looking at me as I had to take these items off of the conveyor belt, I never want to feel that feeling again. It just was a mess.
Mine wasn't nowhere. I mean, super value. I only had like 10 items though, and my card didn't take. And I'm like, we haven't been working for like a long time now. I wasn't spending any money, so I'm quite sure that I have the funds on my account to pay off this bill. Why isn't it taking? I don't understand why that happens.
Listen,
sometimes I think it's the company's device, because when I used it somewhere else, it worked.
Or the internet don't be working that's connected to the card machine.
Yeah.
The worst feeling is knowing you have money on your card and that card declined.
And guess what? I walked out. I said, okay, leave my stuff right here. I'm going to the ATM. I'll come right back. It's right across the street. I'm CIBC, right? I walked out with the chicken in my hand. I didn't realize it. Nobody realized it. So it looked like I was stealing. I walked back in. The canned chicken. I
didn't have the money to pay for the chicken and you decided to just shoplift. That's not the message behind this podcast.
I did go back with the chicken in my hand.
We got shoplifting here at the community.
I didn't realize it was in my hand. Sometimes we don't even realize our phones be in our hand. That's what they would get.
That's what you can say. That's what you tell the police.
The camera saw me, came back and paid for it.
It don't matter what the camera said. The camera also saw you leave with it. Take it easy. Edit that video and say, listen, so we don't know what happened.
I have my receipt. Thank you.
Well, I have a similar story like Ramesh. As much as I can remember, I think I was in Gap in the States. I bought a bunch of clothes.
Yeah.
The line was long. Yes. The line was long, and I go through. And then I used another card, and that card didn't go through at all either. So I was so hurt and embarrassed. Luckily I had cash, but
I don't like cash when I'm away.
So I had to take off some of the clothes because it's so embarrassing walking out empty-handed. So I was like, at least buy a couple things with the cash that I had. So still walk out like with a little bit of pride.
That's also aggravating to the salesperson that you're dealing with to be like,
they have to call the manager to take off.
To avoid. Or after they just cash everything, like I said, there's the cash $300 worth of thing, and then
assistant on 4, please.
Listen, she just be like,
assistant on 4.
Manager on station number 4, please. Void.
Tying out is the information, not in the States.
What? You never had she's being nice, thick black lady.
Manager on number 4, please.
Void on 4.
Void on 4. I said that like 5 minutes ago.
But yeah, that's been my most embarrassing time. I never hope to experience that ever again.
Just remember to call your banks before leaving the country.
Our last topic on our final episode of season 1 is one that is very enjoyable to all of us, and that is unpopular opinion. This week's unpopular opinion comes from Trent. So Trent, as you know the rules of unpopular opinion, you will have 1 minute uninterrupted to express your thoughts on this unpopular opinion. You're going to tell us why this opinion is so favorable to you. After your 1 minute, we will combat you. So Trent, here's your 1 minute. Your 1 minute starts now.
My unpopular opinion is that there's no such thing as an ugly baby. There is no such thing as an ugly baby if God made us all in his image and his likeness. That term, an ugly baby, shouldn't really exist. Is there really a such thing as an ugly person, or does beauty come from within? Or we do agree that there's such thing as an ugly baby or an ugly person, and we comply with society's standards of what beauty is. And I do believe that a lot of us comply with in terms of features, I mean, with skin color, we may be diverse, and our window may be broad, but with features, we tend to lean more towards the European standards of beauty. You know, the smaller lows, the more the well proportioned lips and things of that nature. But when I see a baby, I don't see an ugly baby. Time up.
Long time. But I said, let me let you go on, because I sorry.
You saw it, take it on it up.
I sorry. I love children.
I do. Yeah.
I love children. I do. Oh my gosh. Anytime that I'm around a baby, I will always say, "Oh my God, look at that little girls."
Any baby.
That does not mean that baby is cute.
What makes it cute?
So what makes a baby cute? If a baby looks 42, if the baby looks 42 at the age of 2 days, I am sorry, you're not a cute baby.
That is so mean. But that's how God made that child. That's how God made it. So what you're saying is God's creation is not God's creation is not beautiful.
You got ugly eyes and you no.
Ugly eyes.
Beauty, as you said, Trent, is objective. Beauty, as you said, is objective.
Correct.
To me, that baby no cute. That no cute baby. That ain't it. But I will never talk bad about anybody's child, and I will never go and tell anybody, "Oh, that ain't a cute baby."
Agree.
But
I didn't say that beauty is objective.
Hold on. In my heart of heart, that baby ain't cute.
This baby
I didn't say that beauty is objective or subjective. Beauty is self-defined. And I also feel like beauty.
Beautiful or not?
Sorry.
If a baby is a month old or 1 week, they can't really define their beauty as yet. They don't even know themselves.
From the minute the baby is born, it's automatically considered beautiful.
To you, you're saying
the process was beautiful. The woman birthing that child was a beautiful process.
So again,
mother having a child is a beautiful thing. However, the child just is not a beauty.
Again, what I'm saying is, again, you guys are disagreeing that all of God's creations are indeed beautiful and perfect just the way they are.
You gotten this, and I like that.
Sorry.
No. Leave him be. You can
say his creation is not beautiful.
That's fine.
I am only laying the cards on the table. This is what you're saying.
That's fine. You watch your minute. Let me go.
Right now, in the face of an ugly child and say, "Oh my God, this child is beautiful."
You rather lie. You rather lie and be disingenuous.
I am not lying. All little babies are beautiful.
Okay, what makes a child beautiful and what makes an adult ugly?
The unpopular opinion was. The unpopular opinion was. Let me remind you that all babies are beautiful. There's no such thing as an ugly child.
So at what age? At what age do they no longer become beautiful?
First of all, I would like to say that I believe everyone is beautiful in their own way, but
objective and
sticking to the unpopular opinion, toddlers, babies, because that's who we were originally discussing initially.
What
makes them beautiful is watching them grow.
Nobody wants a little girl who looks like a 40-year-old man. A baby girl coming out looking like a 40-year-old man.
Imagine your baby with my unibrow.
That don't be the case 9 times out of 10. It don't be the case that the child.
But it can happen though.
The child's features that y'all be judging. That's
have
not
a full bed. Because some babies just be hairy.
That's not usual.
We ain't saying this.
Some babies just be hairy and cute.
Hold on. Your unpopular opinion is that no baby, none, not that some, not that most. The unpopular opinion is that there is no child that you look at and you be like, ooh, and ooh.
I've seen people who share the same beliefs as y'all look at hairy babies and say the baby is cute, just because it fits certain societal standards of beauty. So I don't think hairy really have anything to do with it.
Trent,
Let me just keep it real here. I am talking about features.
I said everything is objective.
A
hairy baby may not be cute. That's me. Everyone is going to have a different opinion. When you look at your child, hold on. When you look at your child,
curly hair,
when you
big
look
blue
at your
eyes,
child at the end of
and
the
light
day,
skin,
and you
I
see
bet
your
if she
child, you
had
think your child
curly
cute.
hair,
I don't
I bet
agree.
if she had curly hair, big blue eyes, light skin, and chubby cheeks, most people would still think she's cute.
That's what you're basing it off of what you think society is going to accept.
Exactly.
I am basing it off of what I feel, Trent. I
so
like a baby. Pardon?
So you don't think a hairy baby is cute?
I don't think certain features are cute on a baby. No. I don't think that my baby should already have wrinkles. Some more features. I don't think that my baby should already have wrinkles.
You want to know being realistic?
Trent, it happens. You are being single-minded. That's the issue. You are only think you're being very narrow-minded in your thought process on this thing. I am thinking of the peculiar children that you look at and you be like, ooh, baby.
You're escaping the key thing that I'm trying to bring to
Trent, and not just because you are an unbeautiful child or unbeautiful baby does not mean that you grow up to be an unbeautiful adult. You have to grow into some of them features. You do.
Agree.
Sometimes some big, beautiful eyes that you have as an adult were not big and beautiful as a baby. It just wasn't.
All babies are absolutely beautiful. All of them.
That's cute.
So cute.
That's cute.
Including Anya with a baby face. She still looks like a baby. Just with pincher cheeks.
I will never make a parent feel bad about the looks of their child. However, I will never... Even me as a parent,
I'm not going to sit there and lie and say your baby cute if I don't think your baby cute. I will
never tell you. I won't tell you your baby cute. I won't tell you your baby cute. But then I will say, oh, that's a baby. Ooh,
no, Ramesh. At least look for something that, okay, see, this is your problem right here. At least look for something.
That's your baby.
Something that you find adorable.
That is
find something. Say something. Say, huh?
That is your baby.
This is what you should
all
say.
Over that baby.
This is what you should say.
That's you.
That's your twin girl.
This is how you do it, okay? You look at the baby, and you don't want to lie and say the baby cute, but you look for something that you admire. Oh,
if I gotta look for something, if I have to look for something, then I'm not saying nothing.
Oh, look at the cheeks. Make a comment, but don't.
No, I don't have to make a comment. I don't have to do nothing. That's lying.
Once again, I'm going to be genuine in my reactions. I'm never going to lie or sugarcoat anything.
Okay.
But at the same time, I feel like you just have to be real. You have to acknowledge that, listen, my genes was either extra strong or extra weak because baby did not come out looking the way baby was supposed to look. Okay?
Yeah.
But once again, let's take some pretty babies who I feel like the world thought was pretty, and now as their children, they ain't cute children.
You guys are not going to heaven.
So Anya, since Trent don't want to acknowledge that there was some Trent don't want to acknowledge that there was some really cute babies that now aren't cute children. Northwest.
Trent, drop your baby picture.
That was adorable.
We are sure you were the cutest.
Thank you. It was adorable.
Northwest was an adorable baby. I am sorry, Northwest is not the cutest child at the moment. She may grow.
Let me Google her.
She may grow into being a beautiful young lady when she becomes more mature. But right now, that beauty, that cuteness didn't translate into childhood. Another one that didn't do well. Oh Lord, what's the child name? Mason. Mason was a pretty baby. Now that little boy, I thought that was the cutest little thing in the world. Right now. I don't know if they gave him a haircut that just wasn't it, but after that, Mason never recovered. Okay? Never. There were also babies that when they started off.
What do you think about Blue Ivy?
Blue Ivy is beautiful to me. To me.
She was beautiful when she first born. Now she...
So, the difference is
she grew, but
Blue Ivy transitioned
to Rumi and Sir are not cute.
I still think Sir is cuter than Rumi. I don't think Rumi is the cutest. I think Sir is cute.
Sir look just like Jay-Z with Beyonce color.
I remember the last time I see that.
Sir is adorable to me.
No, he's not. He's not a cute little boy.
Rumi doesn't have the hair that Blue has at her age, so I don't think I haven't. I needed to grow up a little bit more. But for me, the same thing, Trent. I feel like all of their children were beautiful babies. They grew, and as they grew, they had to grow into some features. But I feel like Blue has grown into her features to become a beautiful young lady. I think Rumi and Sir are still in that age of we grow in, and it's just like, oh, nice to meet you. Hey, I know. We ain't too sure this one could turn out. So that's what I feel like babies are, Trent. It's a, ooh, boy, I know this one could turn out. We can see though. We can keep watching you. We can keep an eye on you.
It's already beautiful the way they go on.
It's beautiful that they have life. The fact that they have life is beautiful.
Point.
There are beautiful things surrounding that child. The child just isn't adorable.
This is just so mean.
It's just facts. Let us know. Have you ever seen an ugly baby? Or let's not even use the word ugly. A baby that just wasn't cute.
Homely. Homely is the word that you guys came up with.
Have you ever seen a baby give you a mug face and never take it off? Yeah. If your baby doesn't giggle and smile, your baby ain't cute. There are things about your baby that may not be cute, Trent. Your baby's looks may be the cutest, but your baby may not be cute as a baby.
I'm not talking about baby's personality.
It plays a factor. Personalities make people beautiful, though. Don't you feel?
That same hairy baby you've been ranting about a few minutes ago, if it has a beautiful personality, all of a sudden the baby cute now.
Yes, if that baby is bouncing all over the place, that baby has a cute personality.
Right, but that's not what I was talking about. I'm talking about personality. Nope.
You're talking about physical appearance.
Yes.
The damage is already done. You guys said that all babies.
The facts have been stated, yes. It's not that the damage was done. The facts have been stated.
No, the damage is done because God is disappointed. The Lord.
I'm sorry.
Is disappointed.
I'm sorry. Only the Lord has the ability to judge me, and He knows my heart. He knows that I will love a child unconditionally no matter how they look. Looks don't matter. Looks don't matter in how your love for someone should be. However, being honest and being a rational thinker and acknowledging facts is necessary. I can't go into the world with blinders and be like, everyone is beautiful. Oh my gosh, just look at them. Beautiful people everywhere. No. I have to know that some people just don't have
the physical appearance.
The look. Some people just don't have the look. That baby may take having to dress up a little extra for you to be like, oh my gosh, you look so cute. Whereas somebody can just be in a simple onesie and you feel like that's a beautiful baby. You know? Might have to dress you up in a little coat suit and then, oh my gosh, look at you.
I'm done.
Look at you.
We're going to put Trent's baby picture at the end of this episode.
We will not be doing that.
Comment below
if you would like to see my baby photo and we are on Facebook or Instagram, you will have access to it.
Then send us the photo and we'll put it at the end. You guys can let us know if Trent, the airs is it for me. Trent airs is what yeah.
Well, Lord, thank you so much for following us on this journey of the community. Thank you for keeping up with us in season 1. Like I said, we have so much in store for you in season 2. A lot of new guests will be joining us, a lot of new topics. We'll be transforming the space, so to say. And stay tuned. A lot of good things are in store. And thank you so much for being a supporter. Continue to like, comment, share, and subscribe our content on all social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and everywhere that a podcast is available. Thank you so much, and have a great time.